r/AskReddit. What do you want humanity to achieve before your death? A cure for Alzheimer's. It's such a terrible disease and it would be nice to know that it's gone before I go, and also if by chance I were to develop it, because it does run in my family, that I wouldn't have to put my family through that. Both my grandparents on my dad's side are losing themselves very quickly right now. It's very hard to see every day. It's really sad. My grandma died of Alzheimer's when I was 8. Thankfully I don't really remember too much, but it was really hard for my parents to take care of her, and everything had to be labeled. She refused to eat or take her pills and it was so shitty. I feel so sorry for you. Some ducking peace and quiet. Edit. Wow. Thanks for gold. Dad? Beat me to it. A cure for tinnitus. Nothing world changing, I know, but I'd like to hear real silence without the ringing again. Have you tried the method where you put your hands over your ears so that your middle fingers touch tips roughly at the top of your neck and base of your skull and firmly drumming that spot with said fingers? Mine hasn't been fully cured, but it has definitely provided some relief every time I do it, be it minutes or days. Edit. Wow. I did not expect anyone to actually see this and be so impacted as to gild me. u/Daxter304 has a good link for a visual description. u/Jordaniston had the comment here, after the OP source link, on Reddit years ago that I got this from. For those it helped, I'm a stupid level of happy for you. For those of you that have a more severe case and this is just a tease or totally ineffective, I am deeply sorry. Holy shit, this works. First walk on Mars. Somehow even with advances in technology the exploration seems so frozen in time now, considering how fast we went from man in space to man on the moon. I just hope to see it, be it NASA, SpaceX, India's space agency, I don't care. It's very likely that the first person to walk on Mars is alive today. I believe I am that human being. Contact with aliens or confirm the existence of an advanced civilization. Second, even if the aliens weren't communicating, just to see video of alien creatures on an alien planet would be very cool. I would die so much happy if they just found a civilization. It would be completely amazing. Good environmental practices. I want to die knowing that the planet will be habitable for all of my niece's life. Absolutely. Let's pick up our act. An Oxford University study in June 2018, which is the most comprehensive analysis to date of the damage farming does to the planet, found that avoiding meat and dairy is the single biggest way to reduce your impact on Earth, as animal farming provides just 18% of calories but takes up 83% of our farmland. Affordable spaceflight. I'd like to return to Earth. So safe and reliable. 2. Please. We can have affordable, safe or reliable. Pick 2. Full dive VR. It's all fun and games until some crazy guy traps you in the game. Especially if your chosen name was BousDeep69. Gosh dang it NASA, just give us another moonwalk. Just one. I want it in 4K 60 frames per second glory. We have the technology. You had me at, gosh dang it NASA, just give us another moon. Moon 2. Electric Boogaloo. An affordable cure treatment to Parkinson's. This. 2 years and a few days ago I lost my grandma to Parkinson. Every time I see there is news about a new treatment or something I get really excited because I know what Parkinson's does to people and it is horrible. My grandfather went from an outgoing energetic soul to now someone that seems trapped within his own mind. I see his old self within him, but his expressions and health has very clearly deteriorated. This has all happened within a few years, and it's been so hard on my grandmother mostly. He's still around and I worry about him a lot. And as I've grown I've wanted to have so many conversations with him and ask him all sorts of questions about his eventful past. But it's clearly difficult for him to remember and even comprehend. It's more than just a physical struggle. It's everything. I never understood that. Yep, duck Parkinson's. Cancer vaccines. Edit. The theory behind this is genetic modification via CRISPR-Cas9. Eventually getting a vaccine with a Cas9 enzyme programmed to prevent common cancers might part of a vaccine set we give our grandchildren. Clearly there is much complexity to this, but genetic modification overall is something I want to see in my lifetime. It would be nice to see diseases cured via CRISPR, including cancer. Also, lab-grown meat. Come on Petri dish carnitas. Edit 2. I am aware that lab-grown meat is here. I'm just super excited and impatient to see it be a norm. Also, for those interested in CRISPR, Kurzgesagt has a great video. They make fantastic videos in general. Obviously they're simply the concepts, but it's a great way to pique interest into subjects. But that would cause autism. Autism vaccines. Abandon the disposable lifestyle. Dispose of the disposable lifestyle. AKA the world our grandparents' great-grandparents lived in. My grandfather was so upset that it was cheaper to replace his 42 inches flat screen than to repair it. He had paid a lot of money for that TV, and it was only 10 years old. Evidence-based, rational and respectful politics. First you need an evidence-based, rational and respectful populace. Wish granted, you are now immortal. Taking the wrapper off a Reese's peanut butter cup without taking the entire bottom of the cup. Put it in the freezer for a little bit before you eat it. It's snappier, unwraps perfectly and doesn't get all over your hands. So what you're saying is that we will have to develop cold fusion to achieve this? Cold fusion. It would lead to most of the things mentioned being achieved. If you take 2 wet towels and throw them in the freezer on top of one another, they'll be cold fused in an hour. Get this man a Nobel Prize. I've always thought it would be cool to have a machine that could record and play back your dreams. It would be awesome to be able to experience that, because I have very weird and vivid dreams, many of which I would love to relive. I know there are people that are actually working on something like that, but it's probably still a long time from being what I want. Have you seen the movie Paprika? It is fictional, but centers around a stolen piece of technology much like this. I think you would like it. I second this. Amazing movie. Anything made by Satoshi Kon is an absolute masterpiece. Building up the big forests again. Forests. No. Forests is right. We need a giant gump. Half-Life 3. You going for immortality? Hope is what gets us through the night. Fully automated gay space luxury communism. Fully. A cure to aging. If you're currently young, it's not unrealistic. Imagine all the money spent on age-related health issues freed up, and retirement just becoming a long vacation, which you could actually enjoy, while thinking about what to do for the next few decades of your life. If you lived long enough, you would live to an era when your body can be rebuilt, made young again, or more realistically, made so cybernetic that you would have capabilities that humans never had before. Complete and total shift away from fossil fuels and retooling worldwide infrastructure to operate solely by renewable energies. Also, i.e. that takes on the sustainable farming for people and ends all world hunger. A major advance in space technology. Stop climate change. Cure for diabetes. Edit. Type 1. Type 1 is the same thing as type 2. It ducking sucks. I've almost gone into DKA from the ducking flu. BC of sugars get out of whack and I can't keep anything down. And God forbid in America you don't have decent insurance because insulin is outrageously expensive and IDK kind of need it to live. So either pay out the ass for it and be at the mercy of insurance companies or die. Closing YouTube while playing music. Edit. Without having to pay for it. I ducking hate this trend of basic features becoming pay to use. See also online play for video game consoles. Because suddenly they don't make enough money on their overpriced games and loot crits to run servers anymore. The ability to resolve back problems. I feel like there's too much hate in the world, so love and acceptance of each other would be nice. Space colonies. I want to see this, and it means travels in space are affordable. Affordable housing. Well, I'm expecting to live until around the 2070s, so the colonization of Jupiter's more habitable moons. Space cowboy hijinks, making the Earth less habitable due to a hyperspace gate explosion on the moon. Basically I want the world of Cowboy Bebop. Is that too much to ask for an old man? I'm still waiting for the hoverboards. Widespread sustainable cities and clean energy. The ability for my son to put his dirty dishes in the dishwasher. Emotional machines. Well, I was listening to NPR some time ago and one of their guests said that we haven't been able to actually decode the brain and its effect on our emotions. He went on to say, if this could be done, and humans could understand how the brain works at that level, they could replicate the process and give machines emotions. A Roomba that can get hasty about a sock on the floor and shout at me would be a path down memory lane which I won't appreciate. No. I am setting the bar low. Critical thinking. To love one another. The end of the anti-vax movement. Start work on our first megastructure project in space. My money is on large solar panel farms that double as sunshades for the planet. The unrealistic dream though is brain implant computers that allow for simulated reality. 300 terabytes storage. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.